Bienvenidos a la octava clase de este curso de inglés pre-avanzado completamente gratis. I upload a new video every Monday and Thursday, so make sure you subscribe to my channel to receive notifications. And of course, you can join the Facebook group to download all of my resources and this presentation for free. Today we're going to be studying some complex verb structures and some complex adjective structures to further improve your vocabulary and your options for writing and speaking. Let's begin. So first of all, let's look at some more complex verb structures. Okay, here we have some verb structures which we can use in English. So to continue from cleft sentences in the last video, which was a kind of a complex organization, a different option, let's look at some other structures you could use to improve your English. So for example, number one, verbs followed by the to infinitive. So these are verbs that don't typically have an object. So aim is like mi meta, arrange, como arreglar, organizar, attempt, intentar, can't afford, que no me alcanza el dinero, decide, hope, intend, manage, offer, plan, refuse, que es como negar, seem, parecer, tend, se tiende a, and try. For example, I can't afford to buy new clothes, okay? Or we tend to go on staycations. Staycation es una vacación pero en el mismo país, más barato. The verbs expect, help, pay, prefer, want, and would like sometimes have an object before the infinitive, right? For example, I expect you to finish this. She wants me to propose, okay? So that has the object between the verb and the infinitive. The verbs like allow, permitir, encourage, que es como alentar, force, invite, order, remind, teach, show, urge, and warn not, advertir que no. These usually have an object before the infinitive, okay? So these guys just have an infinitive. These guys sometimes have an object in the infinitive, and these guys always have, or usually have, an object and then the infinitive, right? For example, my brother taught me to swim. I warned you not to come here. So obviously you can say my brother teaches math or my brother teaches science. But if we're talking about another verb, so taught to swim, you're going to have to put the object first. So my sister teaches me math, right? I warned you not to come, okay? In that sense, these last ones are similar to verbs with two objects, do you remember? But this time it's an object and an action, okay? So teach me math is a verb with two objects. This time it's teach me to do something. So remember that there are three different categories, right? These verbs that typically don't have an object, these verbs that sometimes have the object before the infinitive, and these verbs that usually have an object before the infinitive. And here are the three types again. Infinitive, sometimes, usually, okay? So, which options do you have here? I arranged and I had hoped you to shut up, to retire at 50, you to help your brother, you to do it, to see her again, you to speak Japanese, and to get that promotion. So these guys only go with infinitives. So definitely I had hoped or I arranged to retire, I arranged to see her again, and I arranged to get that promotion. You can see these are infinitives, to, and to. These guys here, these purple ones, I'll remind and I taught are definitely always with you to shut up, you to help your brother, you to do it, you to speak Japanese. So I taught you to speak Japanese. I'll remind you to do it. I taught you to help your brother. I'll remind you to shut up. Okay, so these guys only go with object and then the infinitive. And these guys in the middle, I would like, I expect, I'll pay, actually go with everybody, right? So these can be one way or the other. I would like you to shut up. I would like to retire at 50. I would like you to help your brother. I would like you to do it. I would like to see her again. I would like you to speak Japanese, and I would like to get that promotion. They're all perfectly fine. Okay? So that's why it's important for you to know some of these verbs only work with an infinitive. Some only work with object and then infinitive, and these guys can work with all of them. So if we go back to looking at these verbs here, which require an infinitive, and these verbs which require an object, let's look at other verbs in this category. So in this category here, arrange, remember we have aim, arrange, attempt, can't afford, decide, hope, intend, manage, offer, plan, refuse, seem, tend, and try. Okay, I told you this in the previous slide. And with these guys we have allow, encourage, force, invite, order, remind, teach, urge, and warn not to. Okay, so these are similar to these in the sense that they only go with object and then infinitive. And these verbs are similar to these verbs in the sense that they can only work with an infinitive. Use the verbs in blue to practice writing sentences, these verbs, okay? So you can write these sentences in the comments on the YouTube video, or you can share them in the Facebook group. Let's note make and let, okay? To make someone do something is to force, okay? And to let someone do something is to permit. So make and let are causatives, okay? They're verbs that can be used in many ways and have different meanings. In sentences like the ones we're talking about today with infinitives and objects, we don't put the to with make and let, all right? So my mom made me clean my room and she won't let me go out until it's done. So look at that. The infinitive here with make and let doesn't actually have the to. Made me to clean? No. Let me to go out? No. Okay? So these two verbs, which are causative verbs, in this case, make me, make her, make you, this is force. Let me, let her, let you, that's permit, right? In these two cases where make and let are causatives, we don't include the to. My mom made me to clean. She won't let me to go out. These are both incorrect. You have to get rid of the to. Okay, verb structures 2. Let's look at some more. So we do have some verbs that are followed by the ing form always. These are verbs that are typically followed by the ing form. For example, avoid. We've seen some of these before, like dislike and enjoy. I think we saw in pre-intermediate, maybe. Verb patterns. Avoid, can't stand, which is no soporto. Consider, detest, dislike, I don't mind, no me molesta. Dread, como temo. Enjoy, fancy, que me antoja. Finish, keep, continuar, seguir. Miss, extrañar. Spend or waste time, pasar o malgastar tiempo. For example, siguen intentando marcarme. They keep trying to call me. We spend a lot of time chatting. These are verbs that normally follow by another verb, ing. As you can see, all of these verbs are verbs that have a preposition, okay? In all of these structures, if the something is an action, it would take the ing form. What do I mean? Okay, so I apologize for something. So for example, I apologize for talking to your girlfriend, or approve of something. Yes, I approve of doing that. Believe in something. I believe in working hard, right? All of the verbs working, ing, right? So here are some examples. She is concentrating on winning. And my father doesn't approve of dating older women. In all of these structures, of course, something can also be a noun. So you can say, I believe in God, right? Or I believe in going to church, right? If the something is an action with these verbs, it has to be ing. So I accuse you of speaking to my wife. I apologize for speaking to your girlfriend. I approve of traveling in groups. I believe in going to church. I blame someone for destroying my car. Like, they're all ing, okay? I think we know the translations, but congratulate, consist, dream about, or dream of. forgive someone for something, insist on, object to, prevent someone from something. Okay, so I prevent you from going. Rely, depender, rely on something. Specialize in, succeed in, think of, and worry about. These are all pretty common structures, and they're going to be followed by ing if you're talking about an action. Of course, if you're talking about a noun, you just follow them with a noun. So for example, you could say, the recipe consists of mixing the butter and eggs. So that's an action. Or this cake consists of noun, 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 right? Butter, eggs, flour. They blamed me for, so you could say, they blamed me for losing, a verb, or they blamed me for la derrota, the defeat. Again, let's use the verbs in blue to practice writing sentences. You can write them in the comments of the YouTube video, or you can share them in the Facebook group. So that was verb structures. Let's have a look at adjective structures. So this is from an old American Inside Out upper intermediate students book, okay? So adjective structures, there's a few different ones for us to look at, okay? The first one is adjective and then the infinitive again with two. For example, easy to do, easy to play, difficult to learn, difficult to do, okay? It's easy to play guitar, but it's really difficult to learn violin. I'm happy to hear from you, or it's great to hear from you, but I'm also sad to find out, or I'm sorry to find out your mom died, okay? It's frustrating to realize you're wrong. It's important to listen. Another structure is adjective plus for plus the object and then the infinitive. So it's hard for me to say. It's normal for him to talk like that. And the final one is adjectives and a dependent preposition, kind of similar to the verb structures we were just looking at a second ago. So you can be certain about, optimistic about, serious about. You can be good at. That's very common, okay? So I'm good at sports. Hopeless at, useless at, which is the same as being bad at, right? Famous for something, late for whatever, late for work, ready for something, covered in chocolate, interested in science, afraid of the dark, fond of cats, proud of myself, keen on sports, reliant on my wife, accustomed to sleeping early, allergic to cats, used to hard work. In this case, used to means like familiarizado con, no se confunde con solía, okay? Angry with, estoy enojado contigo, angry with you, compatible with, and fed up with, okay? Fed up with is like frustrado con. Okay, so considering what we've just seen here with these rules, you can come back to them. I want you to select the best option here, okay? We are excited about, is it excited about to meet or excited about meeting, okay? Excited about is followed with an ing form, okay? Hard, what do you think? To know. Okay, so stop the video and complete the activity because I'm going to tell you the answers in 3, 2, 1. I think it's important for him to fix this problem. Important for him to fix. It's essential for her to have a partner to share her life with. He needs to be a strong character. You can't make me do, remember, make me do it, Mum. How do you feel about meeting? It's easy for me to hide and I'm not very good at making conversation. So it depends on the adjective structure that comes before, the verb form afterwards, okay? I'm not very good at making conversation. I love to make conversation, right? Everything depends on what comes before. How about now? Let's try this. For, in, on, at, with, of, to, and about. Were there any subjects at school you were hopeless at? Okay, we've seen this combination. If you could be famous, what would you like to be famous for? Okay, stop the video. You have 6 more to do, and I will tell you the answers in a few seconds, all right? 3, 2, 1. What sort of music are you keen on? Which are you most afraid of? Spiders, heights, or clowns? Is there anything you're allergic to? What sports are you interested in? Who was the last person you got angry with? And are you optimistic about the future? Now you can answer these questions in the chat. That would be great. So you could say, for example, I am most afraid of clowns. I am keen on rock music. I was hopeless at math. Okay, that would be great. So those are the two things I wanted to see. Just lots and lots of examples of different verb structures, some more complex verb structures, and the same more complex adjective structures to try and expand your vocabulary when you're writing or speaking. Now it's time for a song. The song is Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. It's actually from 2020. There's no activity here. I just wanted to share this song with you because it has one example of a verb structure. Show me how to love. So show me how to love. And then it has two examples down here. Let you know. So let you and then a verb. Let, subject, verb, okay? So, yeah, I've been trying to call. This is terrible grammar. It should be I have been trying to. But it sounds like I've been trying to call, which is actually incorrect, okay? I've been on my own for long enough. Again, it should be I have been on my own. He estado solo durante ya suficiente tiempo. Maybe you can show me how to love, maybe. Quizás me puedes mostrar cómo amar, quizás. I'm going through withdrawals. Withdrawals es cuando, por ejemplo, has estado tomando una droga o algo y luego lo dejas y tienes esos síntomas de ganas y problemas físicas. Esos son withdrawals. Estoy pasando por eso, withdrawals. You don't even have to do too much. Ni siquiera tienes que hacer mucho. Me puedes prender con solo tocarme. So you can turn me on with just a touch. This is the bridge. Lo llamamos el bridge porque te está pasando al coro, ¿no? I look around and Sin City's cold and empty. O sea, veo y la ciudad de pecado está frío y vacío. Nadie está aquí para juzgarme. No one's around to judge me. I can't see clearly when you're gone. No puedo ver claramente cuando no estás. O sea, cuando te fuiste o cuando te vas, no puedo ver bien. It says, ooh, I'm blinded by the light. Me ponen ciego las luces. No puedo dormir hasta sentir estoy ahogándome en la noche. Cuando estoy así, tú eres la que confío. Okay? Se me está acabando el tiempo. I'm running out of time because I can see the sunlight up in the sky. Porque se va acabando la noche o porque veo la luz del sol que se está subiendo. So I hit the road in overdrive. Entonces empiezo a manejar o empiezo a viajar con mucha rapidez. Then we have the bridge again, the chorus again. And then I'm just walking by to let you know. Solo estoy pasando por aquí para dejarte saber. I can never say it on the phone. Nunca lo puedo decir por teléfono. Will never let you go this time. No te voy a dejar ir. O no te soltaré esta vez. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I mean, some words and lines. It's not the most clear song. Probably has some other meaning. But yeah, I mean, it's very popular. And I wanted to show you because of this structure here. And because of the let you know, let you go. Okay, the idioms for today's class. We have 3. Kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Count your chickens before they hatch. And a fish out of water. So, if I get a job, I will make money and I won't be bored. I will kill 2 birds with 1 stone. In Spanish, it would be matar 2 pájaros con un tiro. In inglés, es matar 2 pájaros con una piedra. Okay? Soluciones 2 problemas a la vez, con una acción. I will kill 2 birds. To kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We haven't won the game yet. Don't count your chickens before they hatch. Todavía no hemos ganado. No cuentas tus pollos antes de que nazcan. So, literally, no sobreconfíes o no confíes en la victoria que todavía no alcanzas, okay? So, yeah, it could refer to many different things, but it basically means don't think or don't count something that you don't have yet, okay? Don't count something that you don't have yet. All right. The short version is just don't count your chickens. All right. Don't count your chickens means aguanta, todavía no hemos ganado o no has tenido estás hablando como si tuvieras ya la ganancia y todavía no llega. Okay. Cuidado, tranquilo. Don't count your chickens. And then finally, a fish out of water. I didn't enjoy living in France. I was like a fish out of water. Fuera de mi zona de confort, vaya. Un pez fuera de agua, right? Outside of my comfort zone. Not comfortable. A fish out of water. Okay, that's everything for today's class. Make sure you subscribe to my channel because I upload a new video every Monday and Thursday and you can get notifications. And of course, you can join my Facebook group if you want to download my resources and the presentation for my classes, including today's class. Thank you for learning English with me, and I will see you next class.